Yo, what's up, everybody? I am Bernard Fields, and I just wanted to do this video and post it up here. A little something different for a post that you normally would see here in a DVA group. So, yeah, I just wanted just to talk a little bit about some of the things that I see here in the group that interest me. One of those things is about people, like how much people are charging for some of the work that they do. Um, some of the pricing that I see out there, I'm like, man, like that's decent, you know. And then there's some pricing out there that I see that I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Like you are worth more than that. And really, this video is dedicated to those people who are undercharging themselves. Um, I can first off say that I used to be one of those people who used to be scared to put a price out there before the client because I kind of felt like, you know what, I'm gonna lose them and I need money right now. So it's like I pimp myself or I sell myself short just so that I can, feel like, you know what, I gotta either make ends meet or I just want exposure. But where does the line where is that line? When do you say like enough is enough? Like I'm worth more than um, than what people are offering me, or I'm worth more than saying I just need some more exposure. There needs to come a point in time where you sit down and you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, you know what? I'm worth more than a $60 flyer, or I'm more worth than a $200 logo. Now, I'm not talking like, arrogantly because, I mean, there's still room for me to grow. I'm not charging like thousands of dollars for a logo as of yet. But I can say like my logo pricing um, starts off like around $600. And trust me, there are people out there who pay $600 for a logo. Now you have to sell yourself. You just can't sit there and say, for example, like, you know, um, I do graphic work and you can get a logo and it's going to be nice and that's it. Like no, you really have to tell people like, you know what, you're going to get a logo and you're going to get the working files, you're going to get them in a PNG and you got to break that stuff down to them, like the difference between a PNG and a JPEG. You got to let them know that they have the rights. Also throw in there that you will also have that stuff copywritten. I don't know how many of you guys copyright your logo work, but I do. I have a lawyer, and I pay my lawyer based off of the logos that I get. And normally he may charge me like a couple $100 to go ahead and have that logo protected by the government. I'm not talking about poor man's copyright where you get there and you stick your work in an envelope and then you just lick it and seal it and then like never open it after you done mailed it to yourself. I'm talking like real deal, like it's sent off to Washington D.C. or wherever they send it off to, and it is copywritten. And it's very, very important that you do that because if your work is out there and it's not copywritten, then it's open to be like stolen, and you really don't have any room to cry like, oh my gosh, like they stole my logo. Well, hey, that's between you and the individual. Like I don't think you can take that to court and actually win that case. I mean, you might be able to, depending on what type of lawyer you may have, or some rights that I may not be aware of. But based off of what I know, I can't just go out there and just take any logo that is copywritten and just start using it. I just can't do that. But if it's not, copywritten, I can just take the logo and just use it however I want. I mean, I can even go as far as being like, you know what, I'm just going to take the logo and I'm going to get it copywritten and it's going to be mine and nobody can do anything about it because they didn't go to, through the proper procedures. And I'm sorry I'm ranting on about this, but I think that it's very, very important that you put that out there so that your clients, your potential clients can know just how serious you are, and just, so that you can know how serious the client is. Because sometimes, clients can be, not serious about their endeavors, and they can just be pulling you along. Like you put in all this work, you put in hours of work, and it doesn't get anywhere. Like that's the worst thing that can happen is that you design a great piece, get paid like $60, and then they don't do anything with it. It just sits there. It's like you wasted it. It's like I would feel better if the client was like, spent $600 and sat on it and was like, didn't do anything about it. I say, hey, well, at least I got my pay out of it. I got what was worth, what I believe what I was worth, because I put in some hard time. And if they want to have it sit on the shelf, then that's on them. I got my piece, what I believe what I was worth. Another thing that I think that hinders designers when it comes to asking for that that price is that they just don't know. Actually go out there and find out how much your competitors are charging, for a logo. Like I actually one time had called up a design company here in Cincinnati, and I asked them, I said, hey, how much you guys charge for a logo? And it was like anywhere between $1,300 and $1,500, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. And that was that. I didn't let them know that I was a designer who was looking for price ranges or anything like that. I was just like, posing as a potential client, and they gave me how much they charged, and I was like, wow, $1,300. I got to step my game up even more. So this is what I do. I normally charge about an hour. I charge, my first hour rate is $150, and any hour after that is going to be $50 per hour. So the first 2 hours of work is going to be an automatic $200. And also, I'm going to add this too. I charge 50% upfront, and then the other 50% upon completion. And I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. But yeah, I charge $150 for the first hour, $50 for the second and the third, the fourth, the fifth, and I go on and on and on. But some people may look at that and be like, "Dag, like almost $1 a minute, like 85 cents a minute, like yeah, like that's how much I'm worth." And believe me, people pay for that. And I sometimes may even undershoot when it comes to that. Like when the person is asking me, like, well, how much is it going to be for this logo? And I start asking them questions like, how complex is it going to be? Are you looking for just typography? Are you looking for a symbol? Are you looking for a combination of the both? What type of colors do you have in mind? What type of symbols do you have in mind? And while I'm asking these questions, I'm automatically pricing it out, and I'm kind of like, gauging it. But on average, a logo would probably be in like maybe about $400. That's what I want to walk away with. Now, mind you, I have a lawyer who copyrights, so I got to put on an extra couple $100, maybe a little bit more, so that he can do what he has to do, and so that my client feels secure. And when I do that, and I tell them, I say, well, this is how much it's going to cost, and this is the reason why, and look, this is what you're going to get. A majority of the time, I would say 90% of the time, my clients are like, not a problem. I'm good with that. And when it comes to selling yourself like that, you really have to almost, I ain't gonna say down other designers, but you gotta set yourself apart from other designers. You gotta, put a little sizzle in your sell. You gotta let your clients know that this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get working files. You're gonna get the PNGs. You're gonna get it in this DPI. Explain to them, in depth, what are they going to get, because they'll feel better, giving you the money in exchange for the services. And I know I've done rambled on long enough, and you guys are probably like bored, like what in the world, like this dude. Click. And if you have gotten this far, congratulations. This just means that you have a deep interest in these type of things. And share with me. I'm just curious, because I just want to know how much you guys are charging, and how is it working out. I could tell you, for example, real quick before I get off, I had an experience where I had a client, like, he got mad at me, like, seriously got, like, angry, because of my price. And I just told him flat out, like, this is how much it's going to be. We met at a Panera Bread, and he told me what he wanted, and I told him, I said, it's going to be like around $400, $600. And he looked at me, and he started explaining again what it is that he wanted, as if I didn't hear him. It was crazy. And I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, I heard you. And so when he got finished explaining himself, then he was like, so how much is it going to be? And I was like, around $500, $600. And he was like, okay, this meeting, is over. And I was like, okay. I didn't bat an eye. Getting that no felt good because it added more value to me. Y'all probably thinking like, man, that's dumb. Like, I would have did it for like $60. Well, see, then you will stay at the $60 range. Like, that's where you're going to have your home. And for me, I don't live in the $60 range. Like, come on, $60 means that you got to do 10 jobs compared to my one. So who's working smarter? I don't want to work harder. I want to work smarter. And what was so funny about that meeting is that when the guy got up, I went to go, shake his hand. Dude didn't even shake my hand. Like, dude was just that ticked off. And I'm like, man, like, this is crazy. Like, this dude is actually out there hunting, looking for somebody to invest in his idea by just getting, like, some artwork for cheap, for nothing, So, I don't know. Guys, think about it. Again, I might do more videos like this so you guys can be like, oh man, like that's pretty cool. And maybe you guys might do a video too. But leave your comments down below. Like the video. You can share the video. Well, probably can't share it because it's inside this private group. Well, anyway, go ahead, spread it. I guess you can talk about it and spread it to other people. And just see, like, how much are you guys are worth. Till then, next time, happy designing, and keep up the great work. Peace.